What's up, Wahl team? This is Diego Lauro, Instagram at D1AURO, and I'll be presenting for the 2025 Canadian Barber of the Year. Today we'll be doing a modern mullet with a burst fade, but in lieu of the creative haircut entry that we're going to be doing, I'm going to add a little bit of color spice into it as well. Alright, ready? Let's get it.
So his hair level is closer to a level 2, and his hair is quite thick, so I'll be lightening his hair to a level 9 and then toning. I'll be applying it section by section using foils, applying it off the root first, and here's what it's looking like. Now we add the toner and get ready for the haircut. To start the haircut, I will do concave layers in the back. I create my first section from the crown to the mastoid, and then I work vertically. My first section coming in the middle of the back panel. I make my first incision below the occipital bone and move up. I create a square panel, imagining it to be flat to the wall. So I'm over directing all the way flat. And when dealing with the nape, I will slice from the guideline that I created into the length that I have, creating the concave look. I split my section and move it to the previous, and I work round, elevating off the head. As you can see, I can check my guideline from the previous, and I make sure it is over directed off base. To finish off the back, I'm going to make my baseline. I put my tension with my comb on the base of the nape of the neck, and then I use a texture razor to create my guideline. For my side panels, I use 45-degree forward diagonal sections and blend it into the sides. And then on top, I do square layers. I over direct slightly from the previous to build my corners. I then use my comb as tension, placing his hair on his fringe on the forehead to create a line for his bangs, building weight to the point. And now fading, I will use the Wahl Vapor, which is very compact and very light to the touch. I use a 1.5 guard to softly debulk into the guideline I created with my side panels, and I use a C motion to blend it in. The vapors come zero grab straight out the box, so I create my soft guideline with my lever open, and then from there, I use my favorite corded Wahl Heroes. These guys are hitters, to create my bald line, flicking right into the line I just created. And from there, I use the 5-star shavers to create the sharp gradients, having it bald on the bottom. To create this burst fade, I understand the density on the temple tends to be lighter than it does as I blend in, so I'll flick out with more C motion on the temple. I use my 0.5 guard to create my next guideline, and I blend it out using my no guard and playing around with the lever. Now at this point, my 0.5 just has to blend into my 1.5 guideline, so I use the 1 guard and play with the lever and blend it away. After my rough draft is created, I use the corner of the blade to detail my work. I create my seat cuff with the Wahl Heroes as I find its natural point. I connect it, and on the other side, I create a design just to be a little bit more creative. Once I'm done styling, I'm left with this concave mullet, and here's what it looks like styled creatively, and here's what it looks like styled with a lot of volume and texture. Hope you guys like it. Have a great day.